What if I told you that everything you've ever needed to become extraordinary is already within you right now? The only thing that separates you from the life you dream about is the way you see yourself. The world will never fully believe in you until you start believing in yourself first. Step into every room as though you already belong there. Speak like someone who has already achieved everything they set out to do. Move through life with the certainty that no one is superior to you, not because you are flawless or have every answer, but because you refuse to let hesitation control you. Success isn't some rare treasure reserved for a chosen few. It is available to those who decide they are worthy of it, who claim it as their own and never let go. Everything starts with wanting it, not a passing wish, not a half-hearted thought, a deep burning hunger that refuses to be silenced. Those who rise to greatness are not simply interested in success, they are consumed by it. Their desire becomes the fuel that carries them through every storm, every setback, every obstacle life throws in their way. Think about the inventors, the leaders, the changemakers who reshaped history. They weren't just dabbling in their dreams, they were relentless. Thomas Edison didn't simply hope to make the light bulb work. He failed hundreds upon hundreds of times and still refused to quit because he had already decided it would happen. He treated failure as part of the process, not a sign to give up. Ask yourself honestly, what do you crave so deeply that you would keep chasing it, even if you were guaranteed to fail 100 times before you succeeded? Not what society tells you should want, not what sounds safe or sensible. What is that vision that makes your chest tighten with excitement? That is the fire that will keep you going when nothing else does. Write it down, put it on paper, and make it real. People who record their goals are far more likely to reach them because a written goal is no longer just a daydream. It is a commitment. Then go beyond writing. Picture it vividly in your mind every single day. Visualization is one of the most underrated tools available to you. The best athletes, top performers, and high-level entrepreneurs all use it to prime their minds for victory. If you can see yourself winning, feel it as though it has already happened, you set forces in motion that push you closer to that outcome. Your brain begins to work toward making it reality almost automatically. But imagining is not enough. You must back it with action. Many people dream of changing their lives, but never take the steps because they wait for perfect timing, perfect conditions, or some guarantee of success. That moment never comes. Success belongs to those who leap first and trust themselves to figure it out along the way. It's not about luck, it's about commitment. It's about showing up again and again, even when you're tired, even when it feels impossible, even when people doubt you. The instant you decide that success is not optional, that it will happen no matter what, you'll notice the world shifting in your favor. Opportunities, people, and resources will start showing up. You will find strength you didn't know you had. Most importantly, you will grow into the kind of person capable of carrying the success you want. Make that decision today. Stop waiting. Stop putting it off. Turn your dream into an obsession. Write it, picture it, feel it, and then take massive action to bring it to life. The people who truly win are not the ones who casually wish for success. They are the ones who demand it from life and refuse to stop until they get it. Belief is the second key. Belief in yourself when no one else sees what you see. Whatever the mind can imagine and truly accept as possible, it can eventually create. Success isn't just about grinding harder. It's about holding an unshakable conviction that you are going to make it. That certainty becomes the foundation for everything else. When life throws resistance at you, when you hear no after no, when the odds look impossible, your belief is the engine that keeps you moving. Without belief, even small obstacles can stop you. With belief, mountains become climbable. Faith isn't some vague feeling. It is a decision you make over and over again. You choose to believe in yourself every morning, no matter how many times you've stumbled. It's easy to believe when things are smooth. Real faith shows up when everything looks like it's falling apart. That's when you must remind yourself, I am capable. I am strong. I am going to succeed. History is full of people who prove this truth. Henry Ford changed the world not because he had all the resources, but because he refused to doubt his vision. Oprah Winfrey endured rejection after rejection, yet kept going because she would not accept failure as final. They didn't wait for permission to believe. They decided they were worthy first, and the world had no choice but to eventually agree. Your mind is the most powerful instrument you own. It can elevate you or it can bury you. If you keep telling yourself you're not good enough, you will unconsciously act in ways that make it true. But if you insist with every fiber of your being that you will win, then everything you do will begin aligning with that belief. This is not about blind hope. It's about training your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions to match the life you want. When you get to the point where success feels inevitable in your mind, you'll begin seeing opportunities where others see dead ends. You'll start finding answers where others find excuses. But again, belief without movement is useless. You must act like someone who has already won. Speak that way, walk that way, work that way. Persist even when results are slow to come. The path will not be smooth. It will test you. It will try to break you. But those who hold on to belief and refuse to stop are the ones who ultimately reach the finish line. Imagine what you would do if you knew there was no chance of failing. How would you approach your goals? How would you carry yourself? Start doing that now. Winners do not wait to be validated. They validate themselves through their actions until the world has no choice but to notice. No one is going to believe in your dream more than you. No one is going to bet on you until you bet on yourself. But once you radiate that conviction, once you behave as though success is already yours, you will start attracting the right circumstances, allies, and breakthroughs. At the end of the day, success is a prophecy that fulfills itself. It doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to the brave who keep believing when no one else does. Next comes programming your own mind for victory. Every empire, every invention, every movement started as a single thought before it became reality. The way you think about yourself and your abilities creates the choices you make, and those choices build your future. Your brain works like a computer, constantly running on the mental software you've installed over time. If your mental programming is full of fear, doubt, and negativity, it will keep leading you to the same disappointing results. But if you intentionally feed your mind with courage, ambition, and certainty, your life will start changing almost automatically. This is why daily mental conditioning is critical. The world is full of noise, people telling you why things won't work, why you should lower your expectations, why you should play it safe. You must decide which voices you allow to shape you. You must deliberately plant the right thoughts in your mind and water them until they grow stronger than your fears. Speak affirmations out loud. Visualize yourself already living the life you want. Declare to yourself every single morning, I am unstoppable. I am worthy of greatness. I am the one who will make this happen. At first, you may feel silly saying these words. Old doubts will try to creep in. They will whisper, what if you fail? What if you're not enough? Ignore them. Those are just echoes of the old you, the one you are leaving behind. The more you repeat empowering thoughts, the more your brain accepts them as truth. When your mind believes, your emotions follow. When your emotions align, your actions become unstoppable. Confidence stops being something you force. It becomes your natural state. But repeating words is not enough. You must live them out. A champion doesn't just call themselves a champion. They train like one, prepare like one, compete like one. An entrepreneur doesn't just daydream about success. They take risks, solve problems, and outwork everyone else. Ask yourself every day, what would the most successful version of me do right now? Then do that. Don't wait for next week, next month, or next year. Do it now. The more you practice thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment with success, the more it becomes who you are. It stops being a routine and starts being your identity. And once winning becomes your identity, nothing can take it away. Society will try to put you in a box. People will try to convince you to stay average. But your mind is your strongest weapon, and when it is trained and focused, it can break through any limit. Knowledge is another piece of the puzzle, but not just random facts or surface level information. The world doesn't reward people who know a little bit about everything. It rewards those who master something specific. The highest achievers didn't just work hard, they worked smart by becoming experts. They developed rare, specialized knowledge that made them impossible to ignore. Countless people grind every day yet stay stuck because they never go deep enough to become excellent at something. The difference between mediocre and world class is mastery. The best rise to the top because they refine their skills to an elite level. They do what others won't. They study more. They practice more. They go past good enough and reach greatness. What skill, knowledge, or expertise do you need to become the best at? What could you learn that would set you apart from everyone around you? Once you know, commit to it completely. Seek mentors. Learn from those who have already done what you want to do. Read books that challenge your mind. Analyze the top performers in your field and figure out what they do differently. Don't just skim the surface. Dive into the details until you understand what they know and then go further. Information is everywhere today, but passively consuming it won't get you ahead. You have to use it. Apply what you learn, test it in the real world, adjust when you fail, and keep sharpening your edge until knowledge becomes skill and skill becomes mastery. When you reach mastery, your value skyrockets. People will look for you because you are the one who can solve their problems better than anyone else. That's when doors start opening, opportunities multiply, and your work begins to feel effortless. But never forget, mastery is never finished. The moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. The great ones never settle. They never think they've made it. They keep improving, keep evolving, keep expanding. If you want to rise, you must do the same. Choose an area and dedicate yourself to becoming irreplaceable in it. Dive deep, push further, and let your level of skill speak for itself. Finally, there is decision. Success belongs to those who act quickly and decisively. Studies of people who failed most often reveal one common thread. They couldn't make up their minds. They waited. They hesitated. They kept looking for the perfect time until the chance was gone. Every day spent overthinking is a day wasted forever. Opportunities don't sit around waiting for you. The most successful people in every field move with speed. They trust themselves enough to decide, act, and adjust as they go. They do not need endless approval or perfect information before they start. They figure it out along the way. Think of the great innovators and leaders. None of them waited for certainty. They stepped forward before anyone else believed in them. They acted with boldness while others hesitated. The gap between those who succeed and those who don't is often nothing more than a single decision, to act instead of waiting. You do not need to have everything figured out before you move forward. You just need to start. Most people think they need more research, more experience, more reassurance before they can begin. The truth is that clarity comes through movement, not before it. The more choices you make, the sharper your instincts become. Even a wrong decision can be valuable because it teaches you something that moves you closer to success. The real danger is not making mistakes. It is doing nothing at all. Consider how many times hesitation has cost you progress. How many times have you stayed still while an opportunity passed you by? Imagine where you would be right now if you had just acted. Decide today to trust yourself. Step forward with boldness. Stop waiting for permission to live the life you want. The people at the top don't wait until they feel ready. They create readiness by moving, by trying, by learning on the go. They make certainty through action. So take that step, make the call, start the project, move toward the goal as though success is already guaranteed. Because the truth is, the moment you decide, things start shifting in your favor. Life bends toward the person who refuses to stand still. Stop doubting yourself. Whatever dream is burning inside you, whatever vision you hold deep down, dedicate yourself to it completely and take action with certainty. Life rewards those who make a decision, commit fully, and follow through relentlessly. Choose to be that individual and watch your world transform. Resolve to persist. Refuse to give up. No great victory has ever been achieved without resistance. The path to real success is not smooth or easy. It is marked with setbacks, failures, and challenges meant to see if you have the strength to keep going. Every great icon in history faced struggles that could have crushed them. Henry Ford went broke before changing transportation forever. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before the light bulb finally worked. Walt Disney was told he had no creativity, yet he built an empire of imagination. What made them different was not luck or talent alone. It was their refusal to let defeat define them. They saw failure not as an end, but as a crucial stepping stone toward the dream they wanted. They kept going when others stopped. Think about the Great Depression of the 1930s. Millions lost jobs, businesses collapsed, families were left with nothing. It was a time of massive suffering, but it was also a breeding ground for those who chose to adapt and push forward instead of surrendering. The ones who stayed persistent became the new wave of success stories when the economy eventually recovered. Crisis didn't just take fortunes. It created them for those who stayed in the game. They knew hardship would eventually pass, but quitting would make their loss permanent. This is the universal truth. Success belongs to the ones who keep moving, even when the odds are against them. When life knocks you flat, there are only two choices: stay down and let it beat you, or get back up stronger than ever. Life does not hand out rewards for giving up. It gives victory to those who endure. The strongest mental position you can adopt is to act as though losing is not even an option. When you eliminate quitting from the equation, you force yourself to find another way. You push through pain, failure, fear, and doubt until there is no possible outcome but winning. Look at any self-made achiever and you will see the same story: persistence, determination, and an unshakable faith in themselves. The difference between those who reach their goals and those who fall short is not genius or luck. It is the willingness to continue forward when everything inside you screams to stop. It is the ability to see obstacles not as walls but as part of the path. Ask yourself honestly, how many times have you abandoned a dream simply because it became difficult? How many opportunities have you let go because the road felt too long? Now picture what your life would look like if you had pressed forward every single time. Imagine the results you'd have if you refused to stop. You must train your mind to welcome difficulty, to see every setback as a chance to grow stronger. Struggle is shaping you. Pain is building you. Each time you refuse to give up, you become tougher, wiser, and more prepared for the success that is coming. There will be moments when you want to throw in the towel, when doubt crawls in and whispers that maybe it isn't worth it. That is when you must remind yourself of the truth. If you keep going, you cannot fail, because failure only becomes real when you stop trying. Every disappointment, every obstacle is just part of the process that is taking you toward your dream. The winners of this world are not those who never stumbled. They are the ones who kept getting back up. Make the decision right now that nothing will stop you. No challenge will make you quit. Act as if victory is already guaranteed. When you remove quitting as an option, success becomes the only possible result. Who you spend your time with will decide how far you go. The company you keep is one of the most powerful influences on your success. Nobody achieves greatness in complete isolation. The people we admire most in history didn't get there alone. They built powerful circles of influence that challenged them and pushed them to grow. The most successful individuals intentionally surround themselves with ambitious, driven, like-minded people who raise their standards. These aren't casual friendships. They are alliances, spaces where ideas evolve, strategies form, and vision grows. Pay attention to how the people around you affect your mindset. Spend too much time with complainers, excuse makers, or those who settle for average, and you will unconsciously lower yourself to match them. But if you put yourself in the presence of dreamers and high achievers, you will naturally rise to meet their energy. Consider Henry Ford and Thomas Edison. Despite being competitors in some ways, they spent time together and challenged each other to think bigger, build better, and push beyond limits. Your environment shapes your outcome. If you stay around people who settle, you'll shrink your own goals to fit in. If you surround yourself with those chasing greatness, their mindset will pull you upward and force you to think and act at a higher level. So how do you build this circle? Seek out those who inspire you, whether in person or through books, speeches, or digital platforms. Learn from those already living the results you want. Protect your mind by distancing yourself from negative influences that drain your motivation. And always add value. Don't just take from successful people, contribute insight, encouragement, and energy. Become the type of person who lifts others up, and you will attract others who do the same. Hold yourself accountable to high standards. Demand excellence of yourself. Commit to continuous growth. Refuse to settle. The right network will elevate you. The wrong one will limit you. Choose carefully. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you consistently plant in it will grow. Fill it with fear, worry, and doubt, and those will spread until they control you. Fill it with belief, confidence, and visions of success, and watch your life shift. Most people never take control of their thoughts. They let negativity dominate, focusing on problems, failures, and limitations. Like weeds in a garden, these thoughts choke out possibility. But those who win at life know they must become the guardians of their mind. They deliberately plant empowering beliefs that create unstoppable momentum. Every single day, feed your brain with inspiration. This is not just about feeling good. It is survival for your goals. The world will constantly throw negativity at you. News cycles, social media, even friends or family can inject fear and doubt. If you don't consciously protect your mind, pessimism will take over. Read powerful books. Listen to voices that motivate you. Spend time with people who elevate your thinking. Refuse to give space to destructive thoughts. Reject them as soon as they appear and replace them with affirmations of success. Winners know this truth. They do not allow fear-based thinking to guide their actions. They visualize success, speak victory into existence, and act with certainty as though they have already won. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. The more you repeat to yourself that you are powerful, capable, and destined to succeed, the more your behavior aligns with that belief. You start to carry yourself differently. You spot opportunities others miss. You approach obstacles as challenges to be conquered. This is not magic, it is mental programming. Athletes use it to win championships. Entrepreneurs use it to build empires. Leaders use it to inspire nations. Ask yourself, if you already knew success was inevitable, how would you behave? Would you hesitate? Would you doubt? Or would you move forward with complete certainty? Confidence is built by action, not by waiting. Each time you face a fear head-on, its power fades. The more you act despite fear, the more fearless you become. Fear is the biggest enemy of success. It keeps countless people stuck in a life they don't want. It is not failure that ruins most dreams. It is fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of being rejected. Fear convinces people to stay small, to avoid risk, to never try. But those who reach greatness learn to turn fear into fuel. They recognize that fear is a sign they are moving towards something important. Instead of retreating, they step forward. Every great breakthrough happens on the other side of fear. Think about it. Every world champion, every entrepreneur, every leader has felt fear. They did not wait for it to disappear. They acted in spite of it. They understood that courage is not the absence of fear, but action in its presence. If you are scared, good. That means you're on the right path. The thing that terrifies you most might be the very thing that changes your life. Confidence comes only after you move through fear. The first step is the hardest, but once you take it, fear starts to lose its grip. During the Great Depression, fear paralyzed millions. People stopped taking risks, stopped creating, stopped trying, and they lost everything. But those who refused to let fear control them, who invested, built, and adapted despite uncertainty, became the next generation of wealthy innovators. Fear held the masses back, but the fearless moved forward, and history rewarded them. The same is true today. The future belongs to those who take bold, decisive action despite their fears. If you wait until you feel ready, you will wait forever. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop hesitating. Train yourself to act quickly, to seize opportunities even when the outcome is unknown. The world does not reward hesitation. It rewards courage. Walk like a champion, speak with conviction, work like the best, And soon, the world will have no choice but to see you that way. Your destiny is shaped by the decisions you make right now. Decide that you will not let fear run your life. Decide that you will not sit back and hope success finds you. Decide that you will create the future you want. Success is not random. It is a choice followed by action. Make the choice. Take the action. Claim what is yours.